Hello again, and welcome to Caragor Studios Remnant Lunar Archon. Well, except for this week. Um, there is no recap. We're actually going to be doing a Disney one-shot called Remnant 627. So, similarly, you're not sure what's going on, and neither do the NPCs, neither do the players. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. So from afar in the distance on top of a snowy mountain, there's a staggered three-story blocked building made of stone and edged with sharp corner trim separating the noticeable levels, all fixed with windows spanning the height of each floor. Similar to one of those displayed vacation homes where all is visible from the outside, and from the side view you can see all three levels. One's covered by the terrace from the front, and the other two are visible atop a scenic rocky view. Along the geometric shapes of the house, as if someone was connecting the dots from stone to stone, hung lights of all colors. As the camera pans closer, focused on the uppermost level, within the structure, glaring through the far left windows, leaving only the mountaintop in view and part of the driveway leading up to the structure, more lights are seen throughout the house. It appears to be a bedroom ornately decorated with white lights, hugging everything from its diagonal descent from the faux fireplace pillars along any horizontal furnace, including the windows, the nightstands, every surface raised above the floor. A dollhouse roof fixated in the corner of the room around what appears to be a closet door and the pole that spans along the space, to even the headboard and bedpost centered in the middle of the room against the wall adjacent to the doors and adjacent to a wall with a door leading into what appears to be a hallway, followed by more lights along the floor. To some, gaudy may come to mind. To some, well seasonally executed would summarize this room. In the distance, you hear loud rhythmic rumbling. It appears to go from two distinct hard pattering footstep patterns, where one starts a second after the other, and the same difference in pace as the sounds slow down, yet get increasingly louder until you see a little girl with dark hair dressed in all black, except for her headband, which is black yet has homemade green, red, and white tinsel, and styrofoam cutouts of reindeer and snowflakes pressed randomly against the band, with a string of fairy lights around the top of the band, weaving around the already added pieces of glued additions. As she comes bursting through the door and pouncing onto the bed. Immediately following the abrupt stop of running, and now she's scurrying to tuck herself in under the sheets, comes another figure, whom you immediately see stops running and approaches the door, props one hand against the door, and hangs their head low, resting on it, takes a few quick breaths, and then immediately refreshes posture and smiles as they see their child already tucked in bed, and begins to walk into the room. So the girl raises her arms. "I win again, Daddy." And then the other figure mimics, "Vanessa, of course, you always win. Do you remember why? Because Doofenshmirtz always win?" "That's right, Vanessa. Doofenshmirtz always win, no matter what people say. People would tell me all the time that I lost my science conviction when I used my no zero beside my name and 8 to state my voting tally on the polls results. But we all know we can't prove a negative." "Dad, why didn't you use something like a number generator-nator? And theirs goes to zero-nator. And change yours and everyone else's number?" "Now, Vanessa, Doofenshmirtz don't skew results. We make naters to help our cause. Enough of that. You know it's bedtime, and the longer you stay up, the more presents are going to take to get here." "Yeah, you're right, Dad. But can you read me a story first? Of course, Pokey. What story do you want me to read? Experiment 627. Experiment 627. Vanessa, are you sure you want me to read this one? We read this one for the past 2 years. Are you sure you don't want me to read another story? No, Dad. I want this one. It's my favorite. And I always tend to remember different things from it every year. Surprisingly, me too. Not sure why. Oh well. As Vanessa gets cozy in bed and her dad sits down beside her after grabbing this black and white ornate book from the shelf and opens to the first page, which pops the words out of the opening stanzas on both pages, and the dad starts to read. "'Tis the noche before tomorrow, and through all the labs, beings were not moving, well except for those working on slabs. Experiments were performed with the utmost of care, well except for one, which caused a big scare. Heroes from all of Disney who were asleep where they lay, were disturbed from their slumbers and called to save the day." So, as he flips the page, the camera pans into the book, going further and further till the pop-up starts moving. Okay, so can all of you roll a d20?
I love you. Did not know who Vanessa was until you said Doofenshmirtz, and I was like, I see where we're going.
Well, like, my accent is terrible today. I usually have a pretty good one, but like nervousness and everything else.
Oh no, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty spot on.
It was good.
Once I knew who it was, before that it sounded more like Dracula, but...
So, like, Doofenshmirtz for me, like, at some points it becomes more like, was it, like, not Scottish, but...
Irish, German?
Maybe,
it's meant to be
yeah.
Germanic. It's meant to be Germanic.
Yeah.
What Drusselstein is supposed to be.
And I didn't know, like, Vanessa, like, I don't think there's an episode where she's small. But anyway, I couldn't do...
I think there's exactly one when she recounts old birthdays, but...
Maybe. Anyway, it looks like Mo. Okay. So, Mo, do you sleep? I don't remember.
Nope. I don't think so.
Okay, so what do you think you would be doing during the last part of your day?
No, Mo does sleep. He powers down.
Okay.
He's got a charge.
Yeah.
So what do you think you'd be doing before you powered?
So is the context like the movie that we're from, or do we just...
Whatever you think your character would be doing.
Okay. Probably make sure that everything is clean and in order and ready for the next day, and then he would power down.
Okay. So as you power down, you notice that there's this white beam of light from your peripheral. And before you know it, it sucks you in and you start spiraling out of control, weightless. It's as if you're falling and you don't see anything in sight. And then all of a sudden, you see another bright light, and I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, wow, lovely.
Okay.
Love to see it.
Okay, so moving on, we'll get to those in a second. Ralph, what would you be doing at the end of the day?
sleeping in my pile of bricks.
Okay. Well, the pile of bricks start vibrating as if like starting to tremble. Next thing you know, they start disappearing, and you disappear along with them. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Do I see what I'm rolling against?
No.
Okay, never mind then. Man, that's horrible too.
Okay. Maui, what do you do at the end of your day?
Definitely doing his hair.
Okay.
Hey, curly
So-
hair takes
It
a lot of
requires
work.
effort, you know? And
So
Mal's
did-
willing to put
a
in the
ton.
effort to look
He
right.
lives in the humid Pacific. I can't imagine it takes that much effort.
So does
Oh,
Maui, is Maui
that
looking?
makes
You
it
have
worse.
no idea.
You don't have curly hair.
So does Maui know how to do his hair without looking at it, or is he looking in a mirror? Is he like sitting on the bed, or like
Probably looking in some kind of mirror.
okay?
Or like a water basin mirror.
So as Maui starts to do his hair in the mirror, coming out from it is again this bright beam of light, and Maui gets sucked in. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
17.
Okay. Next up is Jabberwocky. How does the Jabberwocky end their day?
We could say that he's been encased in rock for the past few however long years.
Okay. So in that case, the stone just starts to crumble. You start to awaken from whatever encasing you were in, and then before you can adjust your eyes, a beam of white light sucks you in. And now roll a dexterity saving throw. Okay. And last would be Kane. How does Kane end his day?
He's going around trying to, clean up the countryside effectively. So he's probably had a long day of skewering some goblins and maybe fighting off some rando dragon invaders. And has gone back to the inn. We'll say he is currently in Baron, and he goes back to the inn. He doesn't really get too close to Cecil or Rosa anymore. He just still feels a lot of guilt, a lot of shame for how he acted, and so he just kind of keeps his distance. He tries to be cordial when they talk to him, but he still feels deep shame. So he's just resting at the inn, just regular old Joe.
Brooding in his room.
What
A little
does
bit of
he,
brood.
so like what does he do when he's in like deep thought? Like does he just like toss a rock like up and down, or
I mean, he probably would have polished his armor, probably polished his lance, and then he'd curl up on the bed and effectively, we're gonna say Artemis is the name of his draconic pet. She curls up on him like a little kitty cat and goes in a circle a couple times and lays on him, and he just like strokes her ears a little bit of her scales, and then they kind of fall asleep like that.
Oh yeah. So as you're just stroking scales, just out of nowhere, this white light comes and you both get sucked into it. Roll a dexterity saving throw for both.
On scale
Doesn't
sheet,
really
there
let me deal
should
with that,
be
so I'm gonna do what's there.
scale sheet. Well, for the record, I don't think it has any saving throws. But next to each of the ability scores on an NPC sheet, there is a C and an S. C is just generic check. S is a save using skill.
Okay. He actually it says that he has Dex +4 for saving throws. Might be part of the Ranger stuff. I don't know.
And just go ahead and click
So I'm
the
just gonna I just put
S,
I
and it
put
should
+4
work.
in the thing and I'll roll.
That works. Probably. I don't know.
Hold on.
Not my job.
There we go. Oh, 8 for Artemis.
Okay. So whoever rolled below 10 would be Mo, Ralph, and the Drake. Uh, okay. Let me see. What am I going to do here?
Oh, it would have worked. Look at that. All right. Good to know.
Okay. Let's see. Does it show you guys what I roll?
Nope.
No.
Okay. And then 10 to 20 would be everyone else except for Kane. Okay. As you all just spiral endlessly, what seems to be an eternity, through this nothingness, and then you see the bright light, and it once again sucks you through. And then as you come to, for Mo, Jabberwocky, no, Mo, Ralph, and
Artemis.
who?
Artemis. I named her.
Yeah, Artemis. Yes, Artemis. You find yourself in what appears to be a cage.
Hey.
Uh, for everyone except Kane, that's not in the cage. You appear to be in an adjacent cage, except this one is more spacious and doesn't seem to be harming you in any way. And then Kane, you just kind of land on your feet, just on the floor beside the two cages. So yeah, so as you come to, you're seeing each other for the very first time. You are in what appears to be some sort of lab. And it's pristine, clean. It's pretty much your bright light white colors. You just kind of seem to be in a I don't know, does anyone want to roll a what check would this be? Oh, my NPC sheet does not have all of the different traits.
They don't come with all the checks done. You just roll the stat that's associated with the check if it doesn't have proficiency.
Yeah. I was
So, for
looking at
example, if it were a perception check, it would roll a wisdom.
What would be an equivalent skill for what might seem to be like a lab setting?
General intelligence.
Yeah. I guess all of you can roll an intelligence. Okay, so those of you that were that rolled less than 10 on the save, and then also rolled less than 10 on intelligence, unbeknownst to you, as you're checking your surroundings, you wait, somebody hasn't rolled. Who hasn't rolled? 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Drake.
Oh yeah, we'll say the Drake rolled the 19. Or we can do the 11. 10. So yeah, so Mo and the Drake and Ralph, I think we're in the smaller cage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you come to and you start to figure out where you're located, you fail to realize that there's a buzzing sound coming from the cage that you're in, and you get a little too close to the cage itself, and you take 5 points of lightning damage.
I'd also like to note, according to the combat tracker, Mo is currently dying. So you might need
What?
you might need to. Your wounds are set to probably your max HP. Go ahead and change the wound count to 0, and then it gets up to 5 for the lightning damage.
Yeah,
So
I
you
got it.
were
I'll just
definitely dying 5 seconds ago. Apparently,
Okay.
I guess you
So,
were recharging, so that's what it was.
Mo, and that was it, right? Just Ralph and Mo. Yep.
Ow.
So yeah, 5 points of lightning damage. And then for the rest of you who rolled higher than, let's see, yeah, everyone else pretty much rolled higher than that, like the amount. Right, so you notice that you're in some sort of lab, that you don't seem to be in any sort of danger. It seems there's like a few lab workers kind of in adjacent rooms. You can kind of see through glass, kind of like, they're just doing their own thing, kind of like just a cogwheel in a machine. Don't seem to be paying you any attention. And then you notice that or I guess, is there any reaction between the PCs?
Yeah. Why is there a dragon?
Mo is just kind of like freaking out.
Where are we? So he pulls his hook and points it toward the Jabberwocky.
Artemis is also upset and scared, and Kane will say, "You need help in there. That thing looks monstrous. We need to destroy it."
So is Kane doing something to try to get his companion out?
Okay, so if Artemis did not get shocked and Artemis is in the same cage with Ralph and Mo, I'm going to assume that Artemis is okay at the moment, but there's a giant monstrous dragon in the cage with a dude who's just wearing a bunch of leaves and stuff. So that looks like the greater problem right now as far as Kane's concerned. Because worst case scenario, him and Artemis have a magical bond and he can bring her back. So right now it's saving this dude who's definitely about to get eaten by this dragon.
Right. So I will say that since Kane did roll higher than a 15, he recognizes that these the people that he sees are not necessarily foes, but they are recognizable characters from other stories. So I would think Kane would be less apt or less prone to caution. But yeah, so if there's nothing else, then
Jab would respond to Maui, being like, "You aim to challenge me."
I've killed bigger.
I don't really know what to do next.
okay, so there is no internal combat or anything. Then I guess as you guys are trying to
Now we
figure
would
out,
start looking around. Like after the dragon talks and seems to be like not immediately attacking him, we would just start kind of confusedly looking around at the room and the scientists.
so yeah, before any chaos ensues, you hear the sliding, or I guess the sliding of a door in the far corner of the lab, opposite of the cages. So you just kind of hear like a shh. Oh, it's just you guys. I was expecting Barry, but this is much better. I guess I need to work on my teleportator. Like it wasn't supposed to bring you here, but I was waiting for you in the other room. But oh well. So he just flips the switch, and up pop the cages.
Thanks
And-
there, witch doctor.
Oh, don't mention it. I mean, besides, you guys are here to help me anyway. But yeah, I guess we're due for introductions. I'm Dr. Doofensmuts, and I am, I guess you could say anyway, the PIA, or the Princess's Intelligence Agency, and I have this problem, and I was told you guys were the best of the best, so here you are. All of
When you
you
have that,
are,
right?
you're all known for your expertise in your different areas. But anyway, you were defined as heroes, so you're here. And then just, I guess, in the ether somewhere, you hear, but Dad, I didn't know Jabberwocky was a hero. Oh, Vanessa, anybody can be a hero. So then you go like back down into the scene where all of you have been released, and you start to get introduced. As he continues talking, he is just kind of going around the lab as if he's like multitasking, working on other things, not necessarily too focused on you guys, but he I guess pushes a few buttons, and out pops this chalkboard of sorts, and he starts pointing, and then he starts to explain. And so he's like, okay, regardless of what I think, I don't think I should be explaining all this to you, since, it's not my mess to clean up, but here I am, so let's just do it. Anyway, I need you guys to take care of something. One of Jumba's experiments, experiment 627 to be exact, needs to get his act together, and so I need you guys to take care of that problem. I don't know why, but all of his experiments seem to have like a existential crisis or something. So anyway, that's usually why I stick to innators. But regardless of what I think in the fact, I was just told to help guide you in that direction. So to do that, I was also told to provide you with some innators that might help in this instance. But first I need to... Anyway, it's super late, and I still don't know why I'm doing all of this. But anyway, I don't think it's time for introductions. I just know you guys need to get out of here. You need to go save the day, be the heroes that you guys are supposed to be, so I can get on with my business. Jumba's messed up my stuff for way too long. Anyway, let's just go. So he, without really explaining too much of anything, he starts leading you guys through the door that he came from. And so, as you guys are walking through, you just kind of see all these different glass doors, all leading to different rooms. Peeking through, you see some labs seem to be more, I guess, busier with what appears to be vials and potions. Other labs appear to be more robotic in nature. And so he's just continuing to walk you down this hallway. Is anybody saying or doing anything in the meantime?
Is there dirt? Is there anything that's dirty?
So aside from the colors, everything's pretty pristine and clear. But you do notice that in the crevices along the borders along the bottom of the wall, the trim, there's like a few cobwebs and maybe like a few like pieces of dirt and leaves here or there. What appears to be, I guess, for lack of being able to get within crevices to clean things.
Mo starts cleaning it.
Jeb
Oh.
will ask, or you can go first.
Oh, I should have invited you earlier. You would have this place cleaner than anyone else I know. Like, I don't know, like, as much as they clean, for some reason the corners always get missed.
Are we aware of ourselves as fictional characters and the other characters we are with as well, or are we pretty clueless?
I would say that you're familiar with the PIA, the princess's like intelligence agency. So when he says that, you're kind of familiar of like what's going on. However, you're unaccustomed to this particular character and his methods. But you are familiar with the PIA.
And we don't really know who each other are as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Strange man, if we help you with your experiment, will I be freed to seek out my old foe?
Oh, if you can help me get some sleep and finish this job, you can do whatever.
Acceptable.
Well, you are right that I am one of the greatest heroes. You're welcome. And we can do this, probably.
I don't know if you heard, but I'm not really a hero. I mean, my whole shtick is to wreck things.
Oh, but you have a movie. Every hero has a movie.
I don't have a movie. Now he says, looking down in horror.
Well, you're on the cover of a movie. Same thing.
Okay, that works.
Okay, so, anything else as walking through hallways?
What's your movie about, Spike? He says, gesturing over to Kane.
The best I could say that my movie is hopefully one of redemption, to which I believe I'm still trying to help write. Are I've never seen a dragon this ugly before that I did not slay, so I am confused as to how this all is working. So I'm just gonna try to help where I can.
Is there any dirt on any of our new companions?
Jab
Who?
just got released out of rock.
Yep. Okay. So Mo's gonna start.
So
Yeah.
very, very much a lot of dirt and dust and rubble.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jab just
Mhm.
got out of rock.
then
Ralph was literally
also-
sleeping on brick, and Maui was cleaning sand out of his hair.
Yeah, so the
Who
cages
do we
were
think is the dirtiest?
uh
Probably
Jab?
Jab.
Definitely
Yeah.
Jab.
Okay, that's who's Mo's gonna start with. He's just gonna start going around and being like, "Rrrr!"
He'll swat you with his tail.
and Bo just gets like increasingly frustrated and is just like, "Stop it and be still. I've got to clean you." He doesn't really talk, but from the noises that he makes, you know exactly what he means.
You like trying to like scrub Jab's feet, polish all the scales.
Mm-hmm.
He hands you his greatsword to clean as deterrent.
He does. He finds cleaning the metal opposed to cleaning scales very satisfying, and seems to enjoy himself.
Yeah, and I guess as we do this, we continue to follow Doof.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as you continue to walk down the hallway, Mo obsessively cleaning, the Jabberwocky just getting annoyed and trying to entertain Mo while also walking down this what seems to be an endless hallway. Maui just kind of looking in the reflection of the glass as he also walks down. Kane just kind of taking it all in, and Ralph still wondering why he's there. You come upon the end of the hallway, and you see this very pristine, like very blindingly, like huge white slab of steel. There appears to be some kind of fixture in the middle. Whether it's functionable or not is questionable. It doesn't seem to have any way to utilize it. But yeah, so as you guys are just, I guess, fixated upon this, Doofenshmirtz just kind of goes over to the side and then just out of nowhere, this automaton of sorts has a few different tentacles, and at the end of the tentacles, it seems to be like some sort of like cotton ball attached to the end of it. But yeah, so it just pops out of the side of the frame and begins to palpate Doofenshmirtz's face. And so this goes on for like a couple seconds. And so, but yeah, so after a few seconds, you just hear identity confirmed. Doofenshmirtz, doctor. And then Doofenshmirtz just kind of looks at you as like, oh, what? Like, you think it was just going to scan my face or something? Why do that when I can just get a massage instead?
No, that's actually a good idea.
And then a few seconds later, you see a mechanism just come out of the middle section of the frame, and as it starts to solidify its placement on the floor, what you see is 5 levers, and below each lever is a translucent material, and you see that the 3 pieces in the middle are lit green, and the other 2 seem to not be on in any way. And then the next thing you hear is confirm intelligence. Confirm intelligence. And then Doofenshmirtz is he kind of like rolls his eyes a bit as if he's a bit frustrated, and he just kind of is like, or he just says, "Oh, I'm not maybe I shouldn't have installed that. What do they call it? The second verification step process thing. But anyway, I had some new installations, and this was one of the things I was forced to do, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Why do I have to confirm my intelligence? Shouldn't my name be enough?" So just in like rage and what seems to be like frustration, he pulls the middle lever down, and the 3 lights turn off, and you hear 12, or you hear 12 attempts left. And he just rages out, and then he pulls each lever one by one, starting from the far left and going all the way to the far right. So as he pulls the first lever on the left, the far left lever, or the far left light, the one beside it to the right, and then the one on the far end on the far right side, light green. And then you hear 11 attempts left. And then he pulls the second lever, the one right beside the one on the far left, and you see the first and second light on the left side turn off, but you see the third light, which is the one directly in the middle, turn green. And the one on the far right is still green. You hear 10 attempts left. And so just out of frustration, he pulls the middle lever, the third lever. So the third light turns from green to off, and then the lights on both sides, so the second and the fourth light turn green. The fifth light is still green. And then you hear 9 attempts left. So then he pulls the fourth lever, and you see the third lever. You see the fourth and fifth turn off, as well as and then the third lever, or the third, turns green. So now the second and third are green, but everything else is off. So then you hear 9 attempts left. So then he rushes to the last one and just pulls it manically, and the fourth light, the light that he pulled, and the one on the far left turn green. So all lights are green, and you hear intelligence confirmed. But in the rage of him trying to figure out what's going on and just done with the whole second verification thing, before the machine starts to finish, he pushes another button to the side, and then the next thing you hear is confirming intelligence reset. And then just out of frustration, Doofenshmirtz is just going berserk at this point. But you noticed that the 3 lights in the middle are not lit. Instead, it is the far left and the far right one. And then
hey
you hear,
Doc, you good?
oh, why do I have to confirm my intelligence? It's so frustrating.
Is there a self-destruct button anywhere?
Well, I mean, I only have 12 attempts, and so I never get below the last one because, I'm super smart. So my intelligence always, I don't know why I have to prove myself. Here, why don't you guys try it?
Can we see a self-destruct button anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
So currently the first and fifth light are on.
Yes.
I know the answer. I don't know if anyone else wants to do anything. I know what to do here.
Ralph is too dumb to figure this out, anyways.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull the middle lever.
Clearly, seeing that this mechanism is not a part of the actual system. The Jabberwocky can tell that it is a third party vendor, and can see that the mechanism is fixated to the the pulley system that opens the door, but there does not appear to be any safety net.
What do you mean safety net?
Safety net in terms of shutting the system off, or if there's a way to disrupt the system.
So there's no big red stop button.
None that can be seen. No.
And it is connected to whatever door or something we're trying to get to.
Yeah. So basically, it is just a third vendor that took advantage of some cells and Doofenshmirtz. But yeah, basically, you could just kind of tell that it was makeshift, not necessarily thought through. So you don't see a self-destruct button. You do know that it is working, but that there's no manual or no way to figure out the intertwinings of the mechanism.
Can I walk up and pull the middle lever?
You can try.
I would like to walk up and try to pull the middle lever.
Okay. So as you, Maui, walk up and pull the middle lever, you notice that the second, third, and fourth light turn green. And all 5 lights are now lit, and you hear intelligence confirmed. Best new record.
Really?
And so and so Doofenshmirtz just Oh, whatever. It doesn't test intelligence anyway. I already cracked it. It was just taking it easy on you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just because I'm good at breaking into vaults and stuff on adventures.
The mechanism starts to lock back in place, and then in the few seconds that it takes, you can kind of hear it like ticking and winding, and you hear like some latches from within the door unlock, and then what seems to be like a good minute of just things turning and clicking and unlatching pretty like obnoxiously. Um, Eventually the door starts to give way and starts to open. Um, and as the air seal starts to break, you start to hear a faint sound in the background. And then as the door continues to open, the sound starts to get clearer and clearer. And so then Doofenshmirtz just starts to walk inside. Do you guys follow?
I
It's an
do.
evil lair. Of course we're following.
Yeah, I think I'm following.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Doofenshmirtz,
As we
with his
walk by.
with his arms crossed, like kind of mumbling under his breath, trying to talk himself up a bit. You might hear a few words of encouragement here or there. But yeah, as you continue to walk through,
As we walk by the machinery as we go in, I'm just going to pat one of the levers and say, "You're welcome," and keep walking.
But yeah, so not being able to see anything as you're walking through initially because of all of the smoke and the just the change in lighting, it's pretty blinding, and it's almost as if you're going through like some sort of decontamination chamber. Like strong wind and just basically like as you're walking through, you can kind of get the sense that it was keeping all of the air contained from the inside. The what was a very like small like mumbling sound begins to become more extinct or distinguished, and you begin to hear before you see anything, you begin to hear what appears to be a word repeated, but done rhythmically. So you begin to hear Wally 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 Wally. And as you come to, you begin to see this automaton. And the automaton seems to be putting garland and tinsel and wreaths along these pedestals and along the exterior of the walls. And on each pedestal, you see some sort of weapon or some sort of item up top each pedestal, kind of as if they're like spatially placed, as in like a museum. And so, any interactions?
What's on the pedestals?
Is the automaton a rusted? Is it Wally?
It is.
Eh.
Is he dirty?
He is. Well, he is like, you can tell that his I guess the material he's made of is pretty dingy and beat up, a little oxidated, just from like I guess the environment and the aging process. You don't so much see as much dirt as you do just wear and tear.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Jab will take back his greatsword from Mo.
Mo's just gonna be like, "Oh yay, somebody that I know."
Is he a
And
friend of yours,
then-
Dustbin?
what did you say?
Is he a friend of yours, Dustbin? Says gesturing towards Wally and Mo.
Mo nods.
Nice.
And then you hear it going from a very rhythmic sound to Wally, and he like kind of like Wally, and then looks at Mo, and it's like Wally, and just like darts dashing towards Mo.
Doesn't Wally know Mo's name?
He
I think-
does, yeah.
But I don't know if Wally says Mo, right?
He
So
does.
Wally,
He does, because Mo introduces himself.
Mhm. He goes, Mo. And then he's like, Mo. And he's like, Mo. And then he goes, Mo.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I was only
I do
thinking.
not remember this scene.
I
I
do.
only remember Wally saying Eva and Wally. I don't remember any.
Yeah, I think I
don't think
do
Wally
remember
says-
the Mo thing.
Oh, yeah.
But Wally doesn't say his name like a Pokemon does.
No, he knows a few words. He can say directive.
It's been years since I've seen it. I really just thought it was just Wally and Eva.
He definitely says Wally a lot, though.
He does.
Does he? Oh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so so this automaton recognizes Mo and just like makes a beeline and starts to like extend hands, and you can see the two eye fixtures begin to make a V shape, and just seems a very like ecstatic automaton. And then you just hear Doofenshmirtz, you're still mumbling to himself, but obviously noticing the attachment that Wally has given Mo, and seems to be off put by it, and just says like, Wally, aren't you supposed to be cleaning these innators? I need them in pristine condition. You know, anytime I need to use them, I just need to be able to look at them, grab them, and go. So go. And so then Doofenshmirtz, so Wally starts to go about his business. Doofenshmirtz leads you to a pedestal, and on top of the pedestal appear to be 5 items, similar in nature, very opaque. Nothing really seems special about them. And so to you, it just kind of looks like an ordinary like keychain, to where it's got 3 circles. Like the base circle appears to be bigger than the other 2, and there's 2 smaller circles that seem to be engulfed by the bigger one, but protruding outward by just a little bit. almost like equidistant from the top of the bigger circle.
Are they 5 Mickey Mouse keychains?
They are.
Hidden Mickeys.
So
Let's go.
I didn't know how much copywriting there could be, so I was just like,
Yeah.
let me just not call them particular things, but just describe. But yeah,
Mouse
so
will
you just
steal your house.
But yeah, so you just see kind of like translucent 5 ordinary keychains. Nothing seems different about them at all. They kind of seem actually underwhelming, considering all the other innators in the room. So, is there any initial reaction?
Is Doofenshmirtz gesturing for us to pick them up or something?
Well, he's basically just kind of walked there and like kind of just turned back towards you as if he was about to start saying something, but he hasn't said anything yet. I was just
Ralph-
trying to see if there was any reactions prior to him talking.
Ralph's gonna shove through and pick one up and go, "Ooh, is this a medal?"
Okay, so how does Ralph pick this up and what does he do with it?
Well, how big is it?
It is it's got like a metal chain which appears to be about maybe 2 or 3 inches, and then the keychain itself, the base appears to be about the same size, so about maybe 4 inches total from one end to the other.
So he picks it up between his 2 fingers and just holds it up and looks at it, kind of
Okay.
marveling, thinking it's a medal.
Okay, so as he picks it up and begins to look at it, he starts to notice that the appearance of it starts to change. He begins to see this recognizable redheaded princess just within the frame of the bigger circle. What is Ralph most likely going to use? Like, what does Ralph generally use for combat?
His fists.
Okay. So as Ralph looks through this keychain in the lighting and he starts to see this figure appear, he feels this odd sensation as if his fist could float. And the group, not Ralph himself, but the group sees this. Or what's Ralph's favorite color?
Probably red.
Okay, so the group, besides Ralph, sees like some sort of like red, glittery, like spectral type form start to emanate from his fist and kind of form in the shape of 2 fists right behind Ralph.
You always do that, Big Bud?
Do what?
Gestures behind his head to the 2 fists floating behind him.
There's something on my back here.
There are these 2 floating fists behind you.
Oh. He tries to look behind him. That's new.
Alright.
So, yeah. The keychains are uniquely designed per hero. Ralph, remember way back when you did your time with Merida? She wanted me to give you this. So basically, Ralph, you now have the ability to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, cool.
So that will be added to your sheet. So basically, it works the same as your whatever attack you're going to use. We'll use like the same Dyson for it and everything. But yeah, so does Ralph put this anywhere in particular?
I mean, can I keep it?
But like, how is Ralph gonna store this?
In his pocket. I don't think it's gonna fit around any part of his body.
Okay, so he's just gonna stuff it in his pocket, not on like a belt loop or something.
No, just in his pocket.
Okay. So as you put it in your pocket, the fists just disappear.
Cool.
Okay.
Kane's gonna lean over and say, "Hey, I think you can attach that to your buckle there on your overalls."
Oh, okay. That's not a bad idea. I'll do that.
Who's next, I guess? You want to go, Spike?
Sure. He's still eyeing the dragon like he's just waiting for that dragon to try to take a snap at somebody. So he's kind of like slowly making his way over there, and he grabs the one of the ones at the end.
What kind of weapon does Kane have?
It looks like a giant spear. It's a lance.
Okay.
Okay, as you pick it up, roll a d4. Four. Okay. So yeah, as you pick it up and you start to look within the big circle of the keychain, you see a princess with really long blonde hair appear. And similarly, your hair also starts to grow. And as your hair protrudes like down your helmet and along your back, you also notice that it starts to intertwine with your lance. And you get this sense that you can manipulate how big or small something is. What do you do with this this feeling of being able to? You just feel like you're able to control the size of something. Like, what's your first instinct to do?
My first instinct would be to make the dragon smaller.
Okay, so you look at
Jab.
so yeah, you look at the Jabberwocky, and Jabberwocky, I need you to make a it is a I think it's a is it Constitution?
I don't know.
Oh, can you
It's
make
not Constitution.
a strength saving throw?
Strength save.
Wait, is that right? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Constitution.
Constitution save.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you see the Jabberwocky appear to be shrinking, and then it appears to stop, and then reforms back to normal size. But yeah, so Kane, you now have the ability to enlarge or reduce objects or creatures.
Okay.
If you want
Nice.
me to be smaller, you could just ask.
How about less looking like you want to turn everyone into lunch?
Okay. Okay. Who's next? And you can kind of see like Doofenshmirtz is kind of in awe of what's happening, because he himself didn't know, but he's kind of intrigued by what's going to unfold next.
That's Wait, you mean like you can be smaller, big guy? Dragon?
I forgot I was muted, sorry. Jack, do I have my special food items?
You do. Let's just say, yeah, we'll just say you have an infinite supply.
Okay. Jab will take out a small potion and drink it. And then he starts shrinking to a little tiny dragon form and is flying in the air.
All right then. You want to go next, or me, or just Pan?
He'll fly over and pick up his.
Okay, so are you in small form when you pick this up?
Yes.
So
How
it's
big
about.
are you?
Probably like maybe a little smaller than a Labrador.
Oh.
I would say. I don't know how small you were thinking. Jack. It can
I
be
know-
smaller.
I think it was it 2 feet or something?
It was
Yeah, I
small
think-
size creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your sizes are small, medium, and huge. In
Yeah.
jest.
So how do you pick this up, being small?
Pick it up with a little claw.
Okay, so as you like stare at the base of the keychain and kind of see your reflection starts to disappear, and you see a short-haired or short black-headed woman figure, dressed in Asian attire, as if she is doing her morning meditation, and immediately the air around you starts swirling, and so everyone within you is deafened, and like all that can be heard is just the rustling of wind. As you have warding wind. So it's a strong wind, 20 miles per hour, blows around you in a 10-foot radius and moves with you, remaining centered on you, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So basically, you, I can send it to you in a second, but yeah, that's currently what's happening. Is you are all being pretty much, you're all just within a swirling windstorm, basically.
Mini tornado.
So yeah, the pedestal and everyone else is just kind of in the midst of all of it.
Uh,
Ugh.
he'll drop the keychain.
Okay, so as you drop the keychain, you notice that the figure that you see within the keychain is still there, and you feel as if dropping it had no effect, but the wind does subside.
Cool.
Do you need one of us to carry that for you, or
Potentially.
You have a sword, correct?
Yes.
could wrap it around that thing? Maybe tie it to the handle.
Is that what the Jabberwocky does?
Feel free to try it. Knots are not very
So,
are not much my forte. He wiggles
So-
his claws.
so as you attempt to like wiggle the keychain onto your sword, you realize that there was a part to your sword that wasn't there before, as it seems to have magically appeared, and the keychain can fixate itself onto it. And so as you do so, your blade starts to give off this like whooshing sound. It's very faint.
That's convenient.
I'd say so. Me next, or do you want to go dustbin? Lizzie nods down to Mo.
Okay. Mo's turn.
Wait. So how does Mo pick this up? Do you just like steamroll over it?
I would like to pick Mo up and put him on the table because I don't think he can get up there on his own.
Yeah. Hey,
Hello?
yeah, Mo will just kind of like see if he can like suck it up with his vacuum.
Okay, so Mo sucks it up with his vacuum, and as it's going through the pipe, and I guess is withheld in the storage container of it, your vacuum pouch starts to glow as you're not able to see any change within the keychain because you sucked it up, but the storage container does start to glow, and you get the sense that you have no restriction with movement. So it seems as if like your wills have no bounds, and that you could basically walk on anything. So essentially, you get what they call water walk, I think.
Oh. Water walk allows him to walk on water as he chooses.
I think
What
it's
was the last part you cut out?
water walk.
Ooh.
So put that on your sheet as well. But oddly enough, Mo is not the only one that feels this. Everyone else also feels as if they are light on their feet and can walk as if no friction.
Support item.
So yeah, and then I guess that just leaves Maui.
Yeah, I will step up to it, pick it up, and for when I'm going to put it somewhere, I'm going to secure it to my necklace with the other baubles.
Roll me a D4.
1.
Okay. So yeah, as you fixate it with your necklace, the string upon which the necklace is tied around your neck starts to become more like gaudy, very more metallic, as I guess more of a steampunk aesthetic begins to take form. Uh, and then your hook as well also starts to uh, appear as if more metallic odds and ends kind of take shape around it.
Oh, this is new.
You get the sense that you can get from point A to point B with no problem whatsoever.
Has my
Where
hook turned into a grappling hook?
as what?
Has my hook turned into a grappling hook?
So if that's what you're thinking right now, then you notice that your hook starts to like lunge itself from its base. You still have a hold of the handle, and the hook just shoots straight up and punctures the ceiling.
Woohoo! I could get used
Congratulations, Maui. You're Batman.
to this. Who's Batman?
However, you feel like you can do a lot more. But yeah, so your keychain, the image on it appears to be a uh, a a New Orleans aesthetic, I guess you could say, of a black figure with a crown atop of her. And actually, you can create any mode of transportation once per day.
Ooh. So that could be grappling hook or a car or a
Yep.
helicopter, whatever comes to mind.
Yep.
Nice.
So, or like like a zip line or like whatever it is.
I will not abuse this and create an F-16. I promise.
However,
Or
yours
do.
like
That sounds like fun.
Good. I mean,
so you feel as if your ability is strictly for transportation and mobility only. It is not combative in any form.
that's entirely fair. No F-16s.
Strictly for functionality and getting the job done. Or like
Nice.
being able to go from A to B.
Perfect.
Okay, do we want to take a break here prior to finishing, or
That seems like a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back. Boom. It's exciting.
I don't know why it took me so long to realize that Experiment 627 was Stitch.
well, 626 is Stitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think the original 627 may have been the pink one in the second movie, but in this one, I think it's a different.
Uh, I was looking. Actually, I didn't look it up until after, and uh, I think you might be correct on the 627 being the girl made after.
Google says it's
Oh,
a red
it's
one.
part of the show.
Weird.
Yeah, and I
Wait,
did.
is it the
Funny.
sandwich one?
No.
No, that was 625.
Oh,
Was the sandwich? one.
627 looks like Stitch, but with a big forehead, and is
In
red.
red, yeah.
Is that the
Mm.
smart one?
I don't know.
Knuckles.
I'm just looking at what Google's showing me.
I'm looking. Oh, he's used as an accomplice for Gantu. They catch other
Aw, and
experiments.
that's sad. Apparently, he's designed to not be able to be rehabilitated like the others.
Sag.
Sad. Poor guy.
Well,
Mm.
he may or may not be rehabilitated here.
Ooh. Then there's Leroy. Remember that one. Oh, 624 is Angel.
Mm.
So is 627 the last one then?
No, 628 is the last one. It's the Leroy from Leroy and Stitch.
Oh, I
Which is
see a
like
629.
I don't think
I don't
there's
know,
a
I didn't watch the whole
629. I watched a lot of the show.
Well, I guess it just works out that 627 isn't rehabilitated.
Yeah. It's a different version of 627. The Disney multiverse lives on. I appreciate that 625 is like on the thing. It's not referred to as 625. It's just Ruben. Is this just Ruben?
Isn't Ruben the one that makes sandwiches?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Ruben. Ruben's the best.
And he's like the most normal one too. He even talks normal.
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
Yeah, I'm currently reading up on 627 just to see.
Which, of course, your 627 does not have to be that 627.
I know, but I'm gonna see if I could like possibly incorporate something.
627 is supposed to be stronger than Stitch. BRB.
Let's see. The question is what kind of movement I'm gonna need, because maybe I'll end up doing the grappling hook like I was thinking. But I could also do something funny like having a Ford Model A just as the vehicle. It's 1930s cars have a fairly steampunk looking aesthetic anyway. That's around the time that
What's up here?
steampunk
What about a Mary Poppins umbrella?
that'd be great. Steampunk Mary Poppins umbrella. Be a good time. Or in very Maui fashion, make it a boat, but in this case, it's like a flying blimp boat.
Kane will start giving Maui specs on the whale that can take you to and from the moon.
Don't let Maui go to space. That's not a good plan.
I mean, it looks like a whale. It's a giant fish. It's like a giant fish spaceship. It's like
Fair.
perfect for him.
I love how brooding Kane is. It's so funny.
It just turned out like perfectly that you said Rapunzel and like Kane has like blonde hair, and the fact of like his hair like and the enlarging and reduced, almost as if he's like the male version of Rapunzel.
It works out. A big reason why the Rapunzel thing works is because of the purity and innocence of Rosa and how he wants to better honor that in someone else, since he looks at himself as like a failure and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're referring to. Definitely played these games before.
You know, Final Fantasy actually has some like, you know, deep interrelational like quarrels and things that come up every once in a while.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. I want to play a Final Fantasy game.
I tried 13. I just couldn't get into it for some reason. I don't know if it was that I didn't like lightning or what, but it didn't work.
How do you not run out of ideas after more than 13 installments of the same game?
The fact that they keep doing different stories every time and that they're not all based in the same world. Like, the biggest connection between the Final Fantasy games is the combat style.
Then why are
Which
they
is
the same? Why are they titled the same then if they're not even
brand
story
recognition?
related? Okay.
Probably brand recognition. Like,
There's a few overlaps of like they keep a lot of similar monsters. They have a lot of similar NPCs and like items and things. So it's like maybe it's like meant to be multiverse of SquareSoft. I don't know, because yeah, you can't really
yeah.
connect.
I mean, at the same time, there's lots of
Story.
Square Enix games that are not connected.
Yeah, or I guess there's two times they connect a story. One was Final Fantasy Tactics, connected to Final Fantasy VII, and then the other one is Final Fantasy IX connected to all of the Final Fantasies 1 through 8. It had a whole bunch of stuff from 1 through 8.
Appreciate the range of Squeenix being able to make Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and the Nier Automata, and them all be vastly different games and stories. That developer has quite a range.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Is it?
I shouldn't hear what you said. You don't know that what? Oh, she's dead.
I guess she didn't know.
Well, yeah, I guess not. Whatever that is. Doesn't know it.
Oh, there's she gone.
Yep.
Womp womp.
She was dying, apparently.
Ka-cha!
Hello?
There she'll come back. There she is. She's alive
No.
again. No, he's back. You spaced out there. There was I think the words were error 404 on your eyes for a second?
Well,
It said Jocelyn not found. I don't know who Jocelyn is, but
I think there still might be an issue.
that's big sad. Jocelyn! 404, Jocelyn still not found.
Is Maury here?
Maury?
She's muted
Are
if
you
she's
muted?
talking.
I have like 7 minutes on my mozzarella sticks, but I will be here and just like ready to jump in when I need to.
Gotcha.
Gotta love some mozzarella sticks.
Mm.
That's part of the reason why I think my family investing in an actual fryer, not an air fryer, but an actual like 2-quart fryer was
Mhm.
really worth it. Because actually fried mozzarella sticks,
Dude, if I
it
got
puts
an
any
actual
other
fryer,
kind, no other kind of mozzarella sticks measure up.
if I actually got a deep fryer, I would be so much fatter than I am.
Yeah, it's definitely caused issues for me in that respect. I have to work harder to get rid of weight. Then again, that's also just getting older. Metabolism slows down, unfortunately.
Guys,
So
is restarting her computer.
Starting this computer. Restarting my computer. Very, very nice. Good, well done pronunciation, Sam. You hit that one on the head. And I guess now in the breakdown, I'll mention it. I wish so much that I'd thought about putting hidden Mickeys in the thumbnail, because it didn't occur to me. And then when you said hidden Mickeys, with whoever said hidden Mickeys earlier, I wish so hard that I'd hidden some, because there aren't any. There's like one thing in the thumbnail that's hidden. It's not even that well hidden, but there's like one thing there. And then like I so wish I'd put hidden Mickeys. That would have been great.
as you say that, I'm looking at the stars around the tree to see if any could potentially
Yeah,
form the
I'm
shape
looking
of
at him
Mickey.
too.
Oh wait, I think the ones on the very top right of the tree, the single ones could be the ears, and the two in the middle between them could be like the bigger base, but you kind of have to use your imagination to fill in the gap.
Yeah. I don't think that counts, but I appreciate the idea. Uh,
Or wait, what about the 3 midway down? You could just do your
I
little.
think you're grasping at straws here.
yeah, I think you're grasping at stars.
You could just do your little Disney intro break or like commercial break.
Yeah,
Like
Disney
drawing.
Channel.
Drawing the Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh, now I wish I'd even more that I'd done like a Disney Channel. The Disney, you watching Disney Channel little logo on the side for the break thumbnail particularly. Oh, that would have been great. I mean, they're not watching Disney Channel, but that doesn't really matter now, does it? Next year. Because I don't know, to me it sounded like this is a yearly thing that Vanessa and Doofenshmirtz go through and have different characters every time. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back next year for another set. If we do, at least some of us will have to be less, or rather more heroic characters, I guess, now that we know they're heroes. Because I guess... No, I would say Maui, Ralph, and Kane count as heroes.
Maui's sort of in between.
Next year, we could all be princesses and be part of the PIA going on a spy mission.
I would be
I was
so down for that.
very nearly going to pick the one chick from Wreck-It Ralph. What's her name?
Vanellope
Vanellope?
Von Schweetz.
Penelope. I
Yeah.
love Penelope.
Dude, just play her as an Echo Knight, teleporting around using your Echo stuff. It'd be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Or an Artificer and like mod in a fake car or something. Right. So many options. The world is your
I mean-
oyster.
That could be a whole campaign.
Princess
Penelope was
Kim.
on my list,
A
I
Wreck-It
think,
Ralph
of people I
campaign?
almost picked. I
I
think my runner-up was Madame Leota.
Oh yeah, the
From Haunted
the
Mansion.
Ghost Sphere Haunted Mansion.
You're
I don't
so
know
weird.
I don't know that I could
She's
do.
the one who got trapped in her own crystal ball.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I could do a whole
My-
campaign of
Weird.
Wreck-It Ralph, but I could do a whole princess campaign. That'd be funny. That'd be sufficiently comedic.
Well, how
And-
long does Lunar Archon go?
We've probably got another year and a month or two, probably. At the rate we're going, that's what I guess.
To level 20.
No. The plan is like level 14. If y'all get to 14, y'all might even trigger the ending stuff before then. But at the rate y'all are going, I think it's gonna be about 14 for end. Maybe a couple post, like there's to be the proper campaign storyline and when it ends, but I think there may be a couple of post things, or we'll like a year later do a one shot or a couple of small sessions for like post campaign fun stuff for the party or whoever's still alive.
Wait, some of us are going to die.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, Doug is a pretty squishy character at the moment. I don't
Doug
see
is
him
a surprisingly squishy fighter, actually.
like his rolls were terrible like the very first few levels. But he does at least do damage. He does do that. But I think we're all back, right?
Mm-hmm. I am.
I think Maury still has a few minutes left on the mozzarella sticks, but I think we can go
I
ahead.
am walking back to my chair, about to hook up my headphones again.
Okay.
Nice.
I guess we'll get started back because this is a one shot. We still have yet to go through half. Well, we have probably half left.
Well, that's good because we took the halftime break.
Yeah.
Good
Okay,
time.
let's go.
Have you started stream back?
Yep. I mean, I never stopped the stream and recording. I don't normally during breaks. I thought you all knew that. Bad.
Okay. Okay, so just a quick recap. We all got attuned to some magical keychains. And that's where we'll pick up.
So, why do we need these things, Doc?
Oh, I don't know. Something about the experiment is immune to particular things, and these keychains break that resistance or something. I don't know. I just know the keychains help. Is all I was told. Why I didn't get a keychain since I'm the head of the operation, I don't know. I don't ask these questions. I just want to go about my day and create my innators and get on with my life. I've got the little girl, and she takes up a lot of my time, and I don't have time to fool with this. Especially if it's not about my innators. Anyway, I would show you around the rest of the lab, but it seems like you got the gist. And so as you try to gather around, what he was saying, which he hasn't given you much information at all because he seems to be rushed, and it seems to be not his problem, but he was stuck in the middle of it, and the PIA are using his innators and things and using him as like a storage space and an in-between.
That's rough,
He-
buddy.
He pushes a little button on one of his watches, and this now familiar white light just comes from the floor out of nowhere and sucks you all in. And then
Wait, what kind of thing are we fighting?
Uh-oh.
So this time, all of you see each other falling and floating and tossing and turning in this darkness, this void, and you all see the bright light very closely approaching, and you find yourself stuck. Or actually, you know what? I'll make another dexterity saving throw.
Woo!
Do I have to if I'm flying?
Yep, because you're not flying in teleportation.
That tracks.
You're basically falling in style.
Nice nat 20, Ralph.
I forget I have to do this first and then make it visible.
Ralph, is your dex abilities modifier the same as your saves modifier?
Okay, so to make this map visible, I have to click the tokens, correct, of each person?
So typically you can drag each of our tokens on there, or at the bottom of the combat tracker, the green, you can drag the green face onto the map and it'll place all our tokens down. And then to share it to us, you want to, when it's not full screen, right click, share record, and then it should be like a share with everyone or something, and that'll show it to all of us. I think you have to do that the first time, and then we're able to click our tokens to show us where we are.
Okay, so can all of you see the map now?
Oh, it's on its way.
Maybe it takes a moment to load.
I can see it.
It may take a moment to load.
What's up?
And I guess if it's not loading, you can just double click your token and the map should load.
Yeah, so on your character sheet, on the upper right, next to where the X and inspiration are, double click that token and it should bring you up to the map.
That worked.
Ah.
Oh, it's pretty.
So is everyone here?
It's pretty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ralph, Jabberwocky?
Yep.
Okay. So those of you that rolled below a 10, you're still not accustomed to the push and pull of the teleportation mode of transportation. So you just face plant into snow.
I fall down a tree.
Whereas the rest of you gracefully, you don't necessarily land on your feet, without stumbling just a little bit, except for Ralph, who just gracefully, just swan dives and then, lands on his feet in this, gymnastics pose. So yeah, looking around, you immediately see what appears to be the back of some building in front of you, followed by a few snow-covered trees. But But yeah, it appears as if you've been teleported to some sort of winter wonderland of sorts. And then the white light closes, and what do you do?
Are we talking Swinter?
Is there anyone around besides us?
Yeah, do we see anyone?
Roll a investigation check.
Mo has never seen snow before. He is fascinated.
It's not dirty, but it's certainly not
I see
non-existent.
everything.
I see dead people.
Okay, so Jabberwocky does not see anything in its current small form, other than like snowflakes, which appear to be, maybe a fifth or a tenth of its size.
What are we rolling for?
People were asking if they saw any signs of life or like motion or people, or if they saw anything.
Okay.
Ralph, as gracefully as he landed, also picks up on the fact of there's no footprints. Nothing in the snow appears to be shuffled around or disturbed. It appears as if snow has just been collecting nonstop, and there appears to be no disruption to the flow of it. You do notice that most of these houses have garland going from one side to the other, even so much so that they're connected to each other by what appears to be a zip line of light, and just some shrubbery. But yeah, you don't notice anything from just initial inspection.
I would like
Pretty
to
quiet.
try to jump up, swing on the lights with my hook to get myself on top of the lantern, and then jump onto the roof.
Okay. Are you just using your hook? You're not using.
I'm not using the fancy stuff now. Just a regular old Maui.
So you said you were going to hop on top of something and then.
Yeah, so I wanted to jump, catch onto the garland lights with my hook, swing around onto the lamppost, and then jump from the lamppost onto the building.
Okay. Either roll athletics or acrobatics.
Roll for faceplant.
Don't fail me now, athletics. Maui's meant to do fancy stuff. Well,
So, accustomed or unaccustomed to snow and just the, I guess, unfamiliarity with anything but tropics, you don't realize that snow is just as slippery as ice, and so you try to hook on, and your hook slides, and you just kind of do a nice little round turn across the lamppost and just fall down.
Ugh. I meant to do that. Should we check this place out? I don't see anything over here.
Chab flies to go perch on the same lamppost to show off.
Do we know what we're supposed to be looking for?
I assume a monster.
I guess let's go look.
So as you start to venture in your own directions and everything, the bright light appears again, and out pops this a very small automaton. It looks very fairy-like, yet pretty modern in its uh, metallic features, very boxy, yet is very like elegant in its posture. And you start as it starts to buzz and fly amongst the group. You hear, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. This is Terry, my assistant. I'm not going to be there with you physically, but I forgot to tell you that in case you need anything, I'm here. But yeah, you can just, I see and hear everything Terry sees. So if you need me, just holler. But Terry is not really going to help much other than to help me, honestly. So yeah, forget Terry's here.
Is,
Uh,
is Terry wearing a fedora?
um, Terry is not wearing.
Robot, right?
Well,
It
Terry,
looks like a
Robots
human
can
in a
wear
business suit.
fedoras.
Terry is not wearing a fedora, but Terry is wearing a snow cap.
All right.
I thought we were going with the robot son, the giant thing in the 3-piece suit.
Norman.
Oh, Norman. I forgot about him.
Oh,
It's just
so,
Norm, actually. So,
also,
what are we here to fight, kill, capture?
I guess I should have mentioned that. But yeah, one of Jumba's experiments um, was rehabilitated to the North Pole to help the elves since no one else needed help. So you're in the North Pole, and yeah, that's all I can tell you. Good luck.
What's a pole? Like a North Pole. I mean, I guess we're just in the north direction. Where's the pole?
That's where Santa lives.
Who's Santa?
I don't think you have enough background information for me to describe that.
Roll a religious check. Religion check.
Wait.
So Maui would know that certain characters and certain stories have Christmas editions or Christmas episodes. So although he's not too familiar with the story of uh, the North Pole and Santa Claus and everything, he does know that it is a particular time of year and is a special occasion of sorts.
Right. I remember the Phineas and Ferb Christmas extravaganza episode. That's right. Santa Claus is the guy that they made a rest stop for. That's right.
Okay.
Well, I guess we look around, find anything interesting over here, Cade?
So I went over there to try to stealth. So if your passive perception is 14 or better, then you probably would have seen him. But he's basically trying to hide using the tree line.
Oh, got
To see
nothing.
what he can see down the alleyway.
Anyone see
Okay.
where
On this-
Spike went? Guess not.
Oh, well, Jabberwocky did say what they were doing, but they didn't move their token.
Yeah, Kane's not seeing far enough. There's too
I
many
don't-
bright things.
I don't have a map. Sorry, let me
Oh.
click on myself on the combat tracker.
Try to click on yourself on your character sheet on the token on the top right of the main
Yeah.
page. See if that works.
That did. Thank you. I didn't realize
So
we
much
were on a
easier than
map
the
at the
combat
moment.
tracker.
Okay.
Um,
Where would the lamppost be?
It was in this first building, like right here,
Okay.
is where Maui had tried to initially climb. But yeah, so far, Kane, you just see snow, buildings, but yeah, nothing unordinary catches your attention.
I want to walk a little further into town.
Yeah, same.
So as Ralph and Maui continue, are you like walking, running, just like
Just walking.
Just walking.
We're the two
Moa's
biggest guys around. We're gonna terrify absolutely everyone.
yeah? So as you walk, you know, snow just crunches beneath you, so that everyone around you can just hear every footstep. Uh,
Why is this
you're
stuff so cold?
But yeah, you're noticing that like everything appears to be idle. There doesn't appear to be any motion. Even though it's decorative, there's no commotion. Even though things are lit, there appears to be no festivity. Um, it just seems to be a deserted, idle section.
Guess we keep going forward. I guess we see the statue in the center of town.
Uh, yeah, roll a perception check, Maui.
Perceive. $17.
Okay. So yeah, as you approach, you notice the statue, and you notice that something on the extremity of the statue had moved. As if like it was fixating itself back and
What the? No,
Fixating itself what?
as if it was like fixing itself.
Oh.
I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move forward and try and get a closer look.
Okay. As you move closer, you hear what appears like a very faint clanking sound begin to stop. And roll a. Actually, what do you do with that information?
Like I hear a clanking sound stop.
Yeah.
Do I see where exactly it was on the statue?
So it was its left. Well, I guess your left extremity.
Its right arm.
Yeah, its right arm that appears to be in a downward motion. What you thought was it hit the ground or hit the snow, and now it appears to have been repositioned back to the waist of the statue.
I'm gonna make a snowball and throw it at the arm.
Okay. How do you like? What are you aiming at? Like what
The
part of
arm.
the arm?
The one that probably the hand, I guess.
So like the back of the hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a. What would that be?
Probably just a thrown weapon, so dex or strength.
Yeah.
Probably not proficient because I don't think I'd be proficient with snowballs.
Yeah, either or.
12.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you throw the snowball at the back of the hand, and you do see like a very slight give. However, after impact, the like the hand like just inches back to its position, but like no sound or anything. It was just barely noticeable.
Hey guys, this hand is moving like it's almost like alive.
I want to go jump and hang off of it.
Off
See
of
if I
the,
can get it to move further.
so Ralph is just gonna jump on top.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone in their current positions when this happens? I'm assuming.
Mhm.
So Mo is still in the very back, just taking in the snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine that Mo
In
would
cleaning
probably try and
anything.
Try
like
to
snow
clean.
plow.
Oh yeah, probably.
Tiny
From,
little
like, door-
snowplow.
So move yourself onto the statue, Ralph. Like wherever you're going to start jumping.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Okay, so you're on that part of
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Okay, so how do you get up there? It's a good 20 feet to the very top where you are.
I'm gonna try to climb up the tree and then jump from the tree.
Okay. Either acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. We're gonna do athletics because I have a better. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I actually changed it. There we go. That was pretty good.
Okay, so Ralph, despite his size and his mannerisms, is able to finagle his way up a pretty fragile tree. How are you getting from the top of the tree to the statue?
I was gonna jump.
Okay, roll another athletics or acrobatics check. Okay, so you do manage to jump onto the very top, and then make another check for me.
Athletics.
Yeah. Okay. So I appear like you had wanted to jump on the very end of it, like in this south,
Yeah.
that area. So you did make the jump. However, as you were trying to just barely like clip the edge and hold your arms around it, all of your weight does go to grabbing, and in that instance, you do pull the statue, that part of it down with you, and immediately below you, snow gives way, and you fall off the tip of the statue, and you fall below ground and just disappear.
Wing.
Ralph, big guy. I'm going to rush up to the opening. Look down into the hole.
Okay, so by the time you get there, the very edge where he fell from starts to reposition itself back into place, and the ground closes. Like the opening closes.
I'm just go on.
Now he looks around. Do we follow him down?
At this point, Kane's already running, and he's jumping.
Cannonball.
Anymore.
So is Maui and Kane both trying to hold on to the place where Ralph hung from before falling.
I was just gonna try and see if it opened if I stood on the spot.
Oh, nothing happens.
Oh. I think it's like a lever. I'm gonna try and climb up the statue and onto that spot.
Okay. Is Kane doing anything at the same time, or is he waiting?
I mean, I'll wait, and if it opens up, then that's good enough for me.
Okay. Roll a-
Jabba's gonna take a piece of cake and turn back to medium size.
Okay. And I don't know how we. Does it automatically change the size on the map?
No.
No, I just deleted the effect that I have on my character.
Oh, okay. So roll a athletics or acrobatics, Maui. Being that it's 20 feet high.
I am athletic. Let's go. 19.
Hooray!
Yeah, so you managed to make your way up there, and now that you're atop the statue, what do you do on top?
I would like to climb out onto the spot that he had been hanging from.
Okay, so as you continue to walk outward, you notice that the statue below you tends to give more and more as you get closer to the edge, and the ground right below the edge starts to open up more and more until it's fully open.
I'll get in and I'll jump down.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I realize he really loves saying you're welcome, so I might as well start thanking him. So,
Yeah.
Case goes down.
They're learning.
Jab just sighs and follows.
So everyone's going down before Maui.
Is Mo
in the
gonna
same-
go down?
He'll not wanting to be abandoned alone in a strange place. He'll jump down too.
If they're down, I'm following suit.
Okay, so
Yahoo!
as the other three go down, and as Maui jumps off the ledge, Terry follows suit. And you all find yourself sliding down until you come to a halt. And this is what. Now we're switching maps. Why is it not working?
I am giant.
I mean, I was gonna make Maui big, so.
Please do make me big later. I'd love to have large size Maui with the benefits of enlarge.
That's what I'm saying. When you go into a critter, I'll make you a large version of that critter.
In that case, I have a plan. I have a particular large creature I can turn into that I think would be fun.
Okay, so all of this should work in a few seconds. If it doesn't, then you might want to click on your tokens again. Okay, so the map should be opening. If it doesn't, try clicking on your token twice.
Nothing is currently open for me, and the token clicking isn't opening.
Oh, it might be better if I... No, that show all NPCs. I don't want to do that.
Need to share record.
Why is it? I'm not sure what that did, but that didn't seem to do anything. Let me get rid of the other map for now and see if that does anything. I thought I could keep both open, but maybe not. Oh, well, I got rid of the other map anyway, so this should be the only one. Did it not? No one's able to see anything?
Nothing happens when I double click my token.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might have to share the record like you did with the first one before it'll work. Have you placed us on that map?
Yep. Let me open up the other map to see if it, No, it took you off of that one. Oh wait, maybe I need to lock this one first. Let's see.
That might be it.
Okay, so I think it's locked, so now try.
Nothing.
Nope.
Have you
What
done
about
the share?
Share.
Right click should be on the left, the share. And then share with players, I believe it says.
You said it should be on the right?
So if you don't have it full screen, you should be able to right click, and then on the left should be a share. And when you click on it, should have like a share with players.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Yay!
There we go.
Sharing is caring. Oh, lovely. A dungeon. Where's the dragon? Oh, wait. It's in the cell with us.
Yep.
No, it's a dungeon. It's the fun dungeon. It's
The fungeon.
Okay, so as you come sliding down, you eventually like pop through what appears to be a ceiling of some sort, and I need let's see, that would have been 20 feet. So what is 20 feet in falling?
I forget the rules.
2d10.
That's what I thought. 2d10.
2d6, I believe.
Oh, 2d6.
Oh.
Mo's trying to
I
kill
would
us.
trust Micah.
It's a d6 per 10 feet, yeah.
Does anybody
I thought it was
have
a d10.
well, I guess would anybody be catching themselves somehow prior?
But Mo's terrain. Wait, no. Yeah.
I
Never
mean,
mind.
I would
No,
be
probably
trying
not.
to land.
So I would say Jabberwocky takes half of what I'm about to roll. So yeah, the Jabberwocky and the Drake I think would take half, since they would seem to be able to like slow themselves down.
Speaking of which, do you want to throw the Drake token onto the combat tracker on the map?
Oh, it is. It's just not visible.
Okay.
Let me undo that.
out of curiosity, with Dragon Kane's abilities of like jumping and like taking no like damage and stuff, anything I can do to resist or immune any of this?
Yeah. What does it say?
I mean, as far as what you gave me, we were basing off of spells, but for like in universe sort of whatever's, it's different. I don't know. It's
Let's see. So yeah, I know. So yeah, we would do. So Mo would take the full amount.
Poor Mo.
So it's only 7, which is not terrible. Ralph would take the full amount. Maui would take the full amount. Jabberwocky would take half, so it'd be down to 3 or 4. I forget which. Does D&D
Half. It always rounds down unless it says otherwise in D&D.
That's what I thought. And then Kane just flies by. However, his Drake does take half, so it would take 3. Okay. So yeah, you find yourself encased in a what appears to be a cell of sorts, with some unknown liquid substance. So Mo would actually like face plant right in it and be covered from the splash. Ralph would only be like partly covered on one side. Kane would just kind of like land gracefully, so it's as if he's just walking on it. But yeah, for Mo to be obsessed with cleaning is now completely covered in filth.
Yeah,
Or-
he's freaking out. Ah! I'm trying to clean it off of him.
So yeah, you all taking into the scene and realizing that you are in some sort of cell, do hear like the clinking of metal and stuff in the room. But as of right now, you're unsure of where that's coming from. You appear that it's coming from like the northern side of the building, of what appears to be a prison or jail of some sort. But currently, the way you guys are positioned, do not see anything.
I
Are
want to
any of you
wreck
guys
the
really good at
bars.
breaking stuff?
What do you say?
I want to wreck
I
the
said, are you-
bars.
Good. I was gonna say, are any of you guys really good at wrecking stuff?
Gonna wreck it.
Okay, roll a strength, or just roll an attack.
Attack. Also, I don't have an unarmed attack on my character sheet here.
See.
Just add an empty attack, call it unarmed attack, change the damage. Depending on what you want to give Ralph, 1d8 might be fine. 1d8 bludgeoning sounds reasonable for his type of punches, even though the D&D standard is 1 plus your strength modifier. But for Ralph, it...
How do I add a... Would that be added to weapons? Or just...
Yeah, so on the weapons part of your actions tab, click the plus button in the top right. The
I
thing
don't
that
have
comes
a
up.
plus on my weapons.
Are you set
I'll
in
put-
combat mode?
I think Jack's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I can just do 1d. Yep, so there we go.
Okay. So let me smack it.
Oh, wait.
Or was that supposed to be a 1d8?
Well, you have to roll to hit.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did I not do?
I mean, there should be an attack. And then
Oh.
damage.
Yeah, click on the die right beside the unarmed, like the hand.
You'd have a picture of a dice and then a plus something.
Yeah. Roll that.
Yeah, roll that.
There we go.
Okay, 17. And then you did 6. Okay, so yeah, you punch it and it does give a little bit. And as soon as you punch it and you make contact and the noise reverberates, you start to hear some sort of like whisper. It's a little muddled, and it just appears to get like louder and louder as it seems as if whatever's making the noise is approaching, and eventually you see this. Well, why is it?
Share the image like you shared the map.
Yeah. Let me lock it first and then see if I can item identify, toggle toolbar. Okay, why is it not? So it says shared with players and it's visible. So can no one see this yet?
Do you have it open, or are you doing that to the option in the images tab?
Because like I locked the image, right?
Yeah.
And then there should be a player vision preview mode.
Okay, that allows you to see what we would see, so that's what you would use if you were doing like lighting effects and you wanted to see how it looked for us. For this, you'll want to not full screen, right click on the image itself, and then the share with players thing.
I see.
Yeah, that's what you do with any image.
There you go.
So you all would see this.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
I love
Squeepies.
him.
Ah,
I love him.
what in the Tim Burton is this?
The
Just
Tim Burton.
thinking that. It looks like it's straight out of the. What is that, Nightmare Before Christmas or something?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that one.
So yeah, it starts to approach, and it doesn't seem bothered by your presence. In fact, it seems like it's welcoming your presence. And let me move the token right here. And can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yep. Hey, little guy.
Mhm. Is it dirty?
So yeah, I guess I should describe it. You see this very dark, hard to tell heads and tails from other than like just the shape it gives. It's hard to see any like differentiating marks between like parts of its body. It all appears to be one big I guess continuous shape. However, you can clearly distinguish like a few facial features, what appears to be like 4 arm extremities, 2 legs. But as far as like whether it's clean or not, it just kind of looks like a void. Like you don't really see any dirt or any lack thereof.
Hey there, little guy. Want to let us out of here?
Oh, do I? I do indeed. And so as it says it,
627 the difference marks.
oh, Doofenshmirtz. I might know him. But then, yeah, Terry starts chiming in from behind Mo. I didn't make a token. Probably should have. But anyway, Terry's like, oh, this is experiment 627. 627 does sound like me, which is disturbing. I'm not sure if that's one of its abilities, is mimicking. However, it may have picked up some of my bad habits along the way. It was stashed in my lab for quite some time until it got rehabilitated. But I told Jumba he had to send it somewhere else. It was just messing up everything. So, good luck.
Wait, are we supposed to
I was
fight this
supposed to
day?
kill it.
And then Harry kind of like shuts down, but then like perks back up and was like, "Oh yeah, this is the experiment. I want you guys to do what you do. You know, just save the day. It's causing problems. I'm not sure what problems. I wasn't told. I was just told it's not helping the North Pole. It's not helping Santa. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just the middleman.
All right.
And so as you guys are, I guess, turned around or whatever, talking to Terry, you hear the doors or the door to the cell open. And the experiment is just like seeming unfazed as the doors open.
I'm gonna walk out.
And Mo will walk out and start cleaning because this place looks like it's a mess.
So, what's your deal, Experiment 627? You gonna come quietly?
Oh, you're talking to me. Well, I was kind of hoping I could utilize my innators that I made. I was kind of looking for some test subjects, and it seems like you guys might be the perfect bunch. Would you mind if you were like target practice?
I prefer you didn't use this target practice.
Oh, I was afraid you would say that. Oh well. Roll initiative.
Oh no!
Yeah, that tracks.
Mhm.
By the way, if you want Chris to be able to move the Drake around, you do need to put the change its little face symbol to the green faction for friendly.
I rolled a 15 at the very beginning, and ever since then, I don't think anything's been higher than a 10.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh,
It's okay.
Right.
It means I have more time to think about what I'm going to do before my turn.
So for some reason, let's do this again. Hold on, guys. For some reason, the sheet is behind this other tab, and it's not popping up when I click on it. So I'm hoping that if I redo it, it will delete the old one. Let's see what it does.
Also, I don't know what it is, but for some reason it's not snapping us to the grid on the tokens, which is probably fine.
Yeah, it's a pretty small map. Oh, and just for preface, like the ceiling, I think I mentioned was like 20 feet.
20 feet high.
However, the walls for each cell do go all the way up to the ceiling as like precaution. So you can't like fly and get on top of some like holding cell.
Good to know.
Uh,
Do these braziers hold fire?
so yeah, they do hold fire. Also, I don't see where the initiative is for the NPC.
That's on my initiative, but I can roll different if you want.
I think you meant the experiment. I'm be honest, I don't
Yeah.
remember where the NPC initiative is. Let me see if I can find it.
You know what? I'll just roll a d20. We'll go with that. Okay, well, it appears to be very confident in its abilities, so it might go last. We'll see.
Nice.
Because it rolled a 7.
Well, it won't go last, but it'll go pretty close. And you can just manually change the drakes to the same as Kane's.
Drag. Okay, the Drake, yeah. So you said drag the Drake to.
Now, just click on its initiative and then type in 7.
I see. Okay. Okay, Jabberwocky's up first.
Okay. First he's gonna walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
And you're medium-sized right now?
Yes, but that won't be like that for long. It says in my transformation that you wrote on Fantasy Grounds that I can switch as a bonus action. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to use my bonus action and become big and strong.
And you're going to do it right there?
Yes. Well, a little bit forward.
So, token size, you can hold down control over your token and then scroll wheel to change the size.
Whoa.
So you should be huge, which means you'll take up a 3x3 space.
Yeah, I was about to say it should be like 9 squares, I think. Yeah.
Like that?
Big.
Cool.
But yeah, I was asking because I didn't know if you were wanting to do it and potentially catch on fire.
No. We'll make room, get big. And then let me actually put the effect on myself. Whoa. Big. Okay. Then I'm gonna use Booming Blade and attack with my sword.
Okay.
Okay, which one do I roll first? I think I just roll great sword damage.
Well, yeah, you roll to attack first.
Yeah.
Because the booming blade doesn't take effect unless you hit, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Booming blade adds an extra 1d8 thunder damage, and then if the experiment moves before Everwalk's next turn, it takes an extra 1d8 thunder.
Okay.
2d8 thunder.
I missed.
Wait, what happened with the P4?
What?
What about the d4?
So like the attack, did it just roll a d20 first and then add?
Yeah, it rolled a d20 and a d4 and added the d4.
So that's the proficiency?
No,
Yeah.
it's from being large.
It's from being big.
Oh, I see. So being big also adds to the attack roll?
It says
I thought that's what we decided.
add it. What's written on there is when you make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Oh, okay. I thought it did damage. Never mind.
Let me check what it says in our messages.
Sorry if it was meant to do damage. I thought it did.
Yeah, the enlarge add 4 to damage, but that's fine. We'll do it to. We'll keep it to adding to add to hit. Okay, so yeah, as you enlarge and you now have this toothpick of a sword, it appears it takes you a second to adjust to your new form, and you kind of stumble with holding the sword, and that's your action and your bonus action.
Yep.
Are you moving anywhere else? Because you are
Nah.
within the okay. Okay, so I hit next.
Yep, so the
Actually-
green arrow at the bottom of the combat
Uh,
tracker. Sure.
Actually, let's use a legendary action. Why not, right?
Lovely.
So as you try to intimidate it with your size and stuff, it gets really excited and it says, "Oh, a big target. Let's see. Let's try these things out." So it pulls out in its two uppermost arms, 2 different gadgets. One appears to be an elongated rifle of sorts, and it seems to be very fashionable with greenery, and the other one appears to be a similar looking rifle, but instead it appears to be lit up with lights. So the first one will go at you. Well, because you're big, I get advantage on the attack, but because it's a ranged weapon, it's just going to cancel it out. So it's just a normal attack.
Yeah, because you're in melee. It did
So-
have grant disattack is the effect on Jabberwocky, so it's going to automatically give advantage. So if you wanted to cancel, you'd have to hit the dis button in the bottom left.
Well, it was 15 plus 7 anyway, so that was the disadvantage.
Okay.
So we'll just do the smallest one for 22, which hits. And so you are being attacked with the Garland Ruminator.
Garland Ruminator.
Yeah. So what you see is he fires the greenery-looking decorated rifle. It's actually protrudes outward in a cone shape, but because you're so big, you encompass the entire cone of its radius. So it wraps around you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Which
Did it
you,
already roll against me?
I'm sorry, I should have had you roll it. Do you want to roll it, or do you want to succeed?
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say no to a success.
So yeah. So as it shoots out these ropes of garland, it seems to wrap around you. However, you're able to manage to prevent it from fully wrapping around. However, you still take that should be half, because you succeeded. So that would be 4. So I need to heal you back 5.
Ooh.
So that's 7. So yeah, you take 4.
Why is my health so low?
And
Are you looking
then
at your wounds?
Yes,
We
sorry.
don't have the. Unfortunately, we
I'm
weren't able to get the
realizing right
plugin
now.
Yeah, we weren't able to get the plugin to work to where it counts down, so for this, we're just counting up.
Okay, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll take the lower roll, which is a 20, which still hits. So the next one you see is as you hear this rifle being shot off, light strands start to shoot out of it in a very similar cone-shaped fashion. Again, being that your size is so big, it seems to shoot out towards your entire body. Let's do. Can you do a DC for Constitution saving throw?
Yeah. Also, I'm realizing I don't think my armor class is right.
What should it be?
I think it's supposed to be 16.
Should be 13 plus Dex since you're draconic. That may have been one of the things we'd forgotten to do is fix the AC.
Yeah.
Oh, can change that real quick. So it's your base plus your dex
plus 3.
So the base was 10 plus, but yeah, it's got the plus 3 for the dex. Did Draconic give extra for unarmored? Probably.
Well, it's
Let me
because they are draconic soul. I believe it's a 13. They get a base AC of 13 plus.
When you
dex
aren't
saving.
wearing armor, your AC equals 13 plus your dex.
Okay, so it's fixed now.
Okay. Anyways, what was I supposed to roll?
A Constitution saving throw. And 12, so that was a fail. So you do take the full amount of damage, which
Wait,
is
was my hugeness supposed to affect that? Yeah, well, I didn't have another D4 added to it.
For me or for you?
For me.
Yes, I think because you're big, I think it does give you plus on your.
It didn't.
No, it doesn't. No, it's just for I think
Should
strength
have
and
given a
dexterity.
bonus to the save, but
Oh, it did. It gave it plus 6, right? Or the 2
No.
plus. No.
Mine is already a +6, just naturally, I think.
Because if that was, then I think it would. How much is the bonus plus?
it's a 1d4. So between 1 and 4, if Mori wants to roll a d4 and see what it would have been. It's a 4, so
Wait.
the total would have been 16.
Yeah. So you still take half. And it
So
rolled
5.
an 11, so 5. So I'll put 5 on that. So you do manage to escape being entangled by the light. But you still take the 5 damage. So that would be 17 there. Okay, that's its legendary action. Is it just used 2 natures on you? Up next is Maui. Once I can move it. Wait, that's not right.
Is correct. So you have to press the green down arrow to move it to the next person. But you have to press it at least once to start the initiative. The green circle arrow on the bottom right is to start a new round. It's the green down arrow on the left that goes to the next turn.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Now it's Maui's turn.
I hold out the hook. It's Maui time! And I am going to transform into a giant toad.
Giant toad?
Yep. If you don't mind throwing one of those onto the combat tracker and throwing the giant G token down.
So giant toad. Does it
Why
matter
would
if
that be a different token? Isn't it just you?
Yes, but it's because I have to have its AC and hit points. So I basically get to become a giant toad temporarily as a druid.
do you want the bestiary one or the basic rules DM?
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Whichever goes. I know I grabbed one of them, but I don't know that it's gonna matter. I have it on my open for me.
Oh, so you grabbed it?
Yeah, I have one open to me, but I do need it on the combat tracker for hit points.
Okay, so it's up there.
And you can make it friendly.
Yep, I can.
And put the
But you
token
have
on the map.
Oh,
Token does need to be on the map.
it does, doesn't it?
It helps usually. Because if you cast enlarge on this... Let's see, can I move the toad? Yeah. Can you do the dragging the toad's dragon symbol onto my token to make sure I can control that one?
Yeah.
That should, at least in theory, allow me to move its token. Alright, let's see if this works the way I thought it does. I cannot move it.
Oh, maybe because I need to actually, because like on the combat tracker, it's at you and not the toad. How do I?
You can drag the little gold symbol next to Maui. You can just drag it onto the toad.
Okay, there we go. Let's see if you can move it now.
Nope, still not. But if you want to move him and just put him here, I suppose, within 5 feet of the thing. I moved my token out of the way because I was there. Yeah,
Within 5 feet of the... Oh, like right here?
Yeah, because that should be within 5 feet of it, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, good enough. And I am going to try to bite it.
Okay.
Rawr. That's a 10. That's a miss. As I try to lean forward and just try to swallow down on it, but can't seem to get my mouth around it, or maybe it pushes back, pushing me away from it.
Okay.
And
Next, or
yeah.
any... Was that it?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Up next is the experiment. Okay, my laptop is now doing the glitchy thing, so
That's not good.
yeah, that's great. Okay. Next you see that the lower two arms start to pull out two other types of rifles. One of them looks just as dark as the experiment itself. Its features are unidentifiable. And the other one appears to be kind of like translucent, almost as if it's like see-through, like a clear plastic, I guess, look to it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it just says, oh, let me test out these two as well. So then it will go at... actually, let me roll a d4.
Shoot me. Shoot the big toad.
So, okay. So the first one's going at Ralph. And the second one, I need to do a d8 to see what the experiment's thinking. Okay, so I don't like how this is up here. Let's do this. So because it's within melee range of 2 and it's considered a ranged attack, it's going to be at disadvantage against Ralph. Or maybe not.
In order to make it disadvantage, you can press the dis button in the bottom left next to the dice that you have. That'll
Yeah.
make whatever you roll have disadvantage.
So I'll just roll it once more since I already rolled it once.
Well, that didn't matter.
Wait,
Sorry.
so they both. So Ralph, you see this very actually, let's do the first one here. Let's do that. So the dark one, the one that pulled out first, shoots this like black, pretty viscous liquid, and it just appears to well, it does hit you. Can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
Alrighty. And I can
Yeah.
see it, so I get dex with advantage
Uh,
because I have
It's true.
danger sense.
yep.
So to do that, Sam, you next to the dice in the bottom left, you can hit the ADV button and it'll give you advantage.
That did not help much.
Okay, so unfortunately you do fail. So this black liquid hits you for okay, I'm just gonna have to use my my pad because my mouse is acting crazy. Okay, it's gonna hit you for a total of 7. 7 damage, and then also you are going to be blinded.
Oh, fun.
And then I have to draw a nice little circle once my mouse behaves. So I'll do that on someone else's turn. But you're currently blinded. And then I'll just move along. So yeah, that was its. Oh yeah, that's just one of its actions. The second one was to go at. It rolled. So it's actually gonna shoot at Kane, which is in the cell. So also at disadvantage. Okay, that's not working. There we go. And it misses. So second one does nothing. And that's going to be its turn. So now it's on to Kane.
All right. Let's see. To command Artemis to attack is my bonus action, or I can do my bonus action to do my jump trick, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is first I will move into a position here, and it's not letting me move the Drake.
Oh,
Yeah. I think it's the same thing as what was happening with the giant toad.
where do you want it? Because it's not
Go diagonal down 2, right?
right here.
Go over 2 to the right,
Right here.
and down 1.
One right here.
Perfect. Thank you. And I will. Whoops. There we go. Yep. And I will do my because he's within 10 feet, so I will attack him once, and then I will do my jump trick. Do I have flank with the Jabberwocky?
Do you have what?
Do I have flank with the Jabberwocky? Is the Jabberwocky threatening just like I'm threatening? Or is the Jabberwocky tied up or something?
Some DMs run it where with flanking rules, which is where when two people are are on opposite sides of an enemy, an attack may either have advantage or, depending on the DM, a +2 bonus to hit. Other times, some people like me don't do the flanking rules.
Yeah, I would probably say no because it is only one enemy.
Okay. All right. Well, first attack roll. All right, and we'll add the D6 acid. So I'm not sure how to apply that.
There should be an effect from the pets sheet that you can drag over. The extra 1d6 acid damage.
What do I do? I put it on me?
Yeah.
Or I put it on the creature, or put it on me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if I did that right.
If not, you can always roll an extra d6 and then.
All right.
Like, it did not apply, so.
Yeah. So add 5 acid.
So 9 and so it did not add the 5, but I'll add it. So 14. Okay.
And then I'm not sure how you want me to do this. Am I like just casting a spell? Is that like what we're doing? We're doing it as spell slots?
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Okay.
Is it 3? I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, my argument was that I would have effectively 3 uses of that and 3 uses of cure wounds was my original argument.
Yeah. So you just keep track. This is 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it looks like the bonus to self is put as 1d8 force. Is that what we're doing?
Should be 3d8 for the Zephyr Strike.
Yeah, it says it in the description, but when you look at the effect to click, it only does 1d8.
Oh, I thought I changed it.
Change the effect, you press the magnifying glass and drag 2 more d8s onto the d8 slot in the effect.
That's what I thought it did. Let's do it again. Pull up key. Go to the magnifying glass. This is on the Zephyr?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Down here. And then click on 2 more d8s. Click it up here. That didn't work.
There it is. Now it looks good. So what it'll look like is he stabs it one time and then he like jumps really, really high, almost to the ceiling, and comes down with a lance, and then jumps right back to where he was standing.
Nice. So that was also an additional. Yep, it's up there. Okay, we're good.
All right, he's done.
Okay, so up next is Ralph.
Hey, I was supposed to get spiritual weapon, right?
Yes. You were.
Did you drag the spell onto his sheet, and then it should be there even if it's only in the preparation.
Yeah,
Page.
around.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about mine too. I forget what I was given.
Yeah.
You were
Let's see.
given warding wind.
Yep.
I think that's what he said.
Wait, why is it? That's not it. That's power. Don't want that back. Quick, delete. Okay, why is it not letting me add spell? Because power is not the same thing, right?
Come again?
Like, there should be a spell option, right? To add the spell.
If it comes up as a power, then it comes up as a power. As long as the effects are there, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I see. So
Powers are
summon-
basically any effect that's not technically a spell. So like Wild Shape is technically a power. Same thing
Yeah.
with Stone's Endurance and other stuff.
Yep. So spiritual weapon, copy and paste. Oh wait, I can't paste on here, can I?
No, but you can just drag the spell onto a sheet. It should have the effect. At least theoretically, that should work.
Like drag the spell from the
From the
little.
spell sheet, yeah.
That's not it. Oh shoot.
So if you go to the spells on the character tab on the right, search spiritual weapon, and then just drag the red dragon onto his sheet.
Where is it? Doesn't do it. Okay, say that one more time.
So, on the tab on the right side where there's tools, library, player, campaign, and character, under character, go to spells, search spiritual or just spirit on there, and spiritual weapon and spirit guardians will come up. Drag the red dragon, like the symbol from spiritual weapon, onto his sheet, and it should add the spell to his sheet. Make sure if it's not there, try swapping to the standard mode on the sheet
on
and
there
see
twice
if it comes
now.
up. Cool. Under spiritual weapon, you should be able to click the magnifying glass, and that's where the attack and the damage should show up.
Oh,
It's
it
up there
triple.
3 times now.
Oh well.
Cool.
I'll figure it out. Okay. Awesome. So, I wanted to cast spiritual weapon. My blindness doesn't inhibit that, right?
No. Right? Wait.
Yeah. I just glanced at the spell text, and yeah, blindness doesn't affect it.
Okay.
Oh, clear.
Let me cast that. I assume there's a token that needs to go on the board.
Yep. I will just put. Okay, let's make it visible. Well, that's too big, but it's fine. Okay, I guess you'll just have to tell me where you want it to be placed.
Right next to the experiment.
Reduce,
You can control scroll wheel to change its size, by the way.
control, scroll wheel. There we go.
Much better.
It won't change the green outline, but it'll at least keep the token out of the way.
Yeah.
And then I think, doesn't the token get an initiative of its own?
No.
Oh no.
Goes in your
Usually,
initiative. Oh, actually.
I thought spiritual weapons got their own spot in initiative.
No, spiritual weapon you use your bonus action to use on your turn.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. So casting it was my action, and then I guess I can use it. Might as well,
yep.
since it's right next there.
And I was looking at spells, and warding wind is not on here, so I'm gonna have to manually add it to.
I'm adding it myself.
I did add it to my own. I might be able to. You should be able to copy it from my sheet to hers. That might do it. Because I just took it as a spell. But if she's already got it, then no worries.
Okay.
So what is Ralph doing?
Using the weapon to hit the experiment. Also, I've never done combat in this thing before, so you're gonna have to walk me through how this works.
Oh yeah.
This is your first combat, isn't it?
Correct.
Cool. In that case, the spiritual weapon thing, next to the spiritual weapon, and then you should category spells, powers, whatever, there's a magnifying glass. Press the magnifying glass. It'll open a melee attack, save, and damage. Drag the melee attack onto the token of the experiment, and it'll roll the attack. It looks like it gave you disadvantage because of vision, but you hit anyway, with whichever roll. And then you drag the damage onto it.
Okay.
So whenever you hit something, you then would drag the damage. So, boom, and it'll auto-apply the damage.
Awesome. That's pretty slick.
Okay, so that was bonus action. Are you going to do anything for your regular action?
I thought casting spiritual weapon was the action.
So with spiritual weapon, it's your bonus action to cast it, and you can move and attack on the same bonus action.
Well, then I will move up here and smack you with my hand. Or actually, yeah. So, oops. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. So what do I have to roll my...
So yeah, if you're just using your fist, you would just do the unarmed.
Yeah.
The same if you...
The 20-sided to hit, and then...
Correct.
Okay.
And it's at disadvantage because you're blinded. Miss.
Miss? Alright.
Now, I think for blindness, you roll at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Right?
Depends on the effect, but if yours says it, then yeah.
Because yeah, it's just like, well, actually,
most times, yes. There's a couple of rare exceptions, but typically blindness is an end of.
Yeah.
Okay, what do I roll? Just 20? D20? Or something special?
Actually, I think in this case, I'm just gonna have it be an action to wipe off the sludge from your face.
Alrighty.
Instead of a check. Wait, so that's Ralph's turn. Mo. Mo.
Guys,
Uh,
are you muted?
Moana. Guys,
Hello. I
Yeah.
made it. Sorry. I'm used to just listening for like Gambit's turn, but Mo is who am I now? And I'm going to
Clean this down.
yes, I'm going to acid. Wow, no, Ralph is standing in the way.
I mean, you can still do it.
I can move. I'm gonna
Don't
move.
acid arrow me.
I mean,
Like
Ralph wouldn't know who did it.
It's
I'm
true.
technically blind
Right
at the
there.
moment.
We would all
Oh.
know, but Ralph wouldn't know.
okay. Now I'm going. Well, let me see. It's debating between the two. Let me see what 3d4.
Have to hit first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm a Sacred Flame because that's a dexterity saving throw. I want to see if he is dexterous.
Okay.
So the target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d8. And the DC is 16, I believe.
You might be there might be like an effect or something underneath. You can target and then
Okay.
click that for the
Let's
DC.
see. Magnifying glass? Yes,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, will it allow you to
Um,
click me? Like click on the
Let
experiment?
me see. Oh,
You
wow, wait, I gotta
target
move
experiment and
the
then
whatever.
spell
Like
attack. Save.
that? Is that it?
Correct.
So that rolls
Yeah.
for me.
Woo! I did it. Did I?
It
Well, that
rolled-
rolls.
I think it says what the total was, and if I'm reading this right, it totaled a 26 on that roll.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, that means he
Um,
has at least a +6 to dex saves.
You rolled a nat 20?
That or
Almost.
he has more than +6 to dex saves.
I'm thinking more than +6.
Probably. I'm scared.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Was that a half damage or full damage for that?
It's
I think
no
Sacred Flames
damage.
is full damage.
Yeah.
Sacred Flame is full, yeah.
Okay, well, whoopsies.
Well, whoopsie.
Should have gone with acid stream, but you live to learn.
Now, I will allow other players to remove effects and things from other characters on their turn as well.
In case you
Oh.
want to clean Ralph.
Okay, yes, I would love to clean Ralph.
So, is that your bonus action?
Yes, my bonus action is to clean Ralph.
Sweet.
So, Ralph is no longer blinded. Let me remove it from him. Okay, remove. Okay. And that is all for Mo. Okay, so another legendary action. So Jabberwocky, you are going to hear in your head just a amalgamation of let's see, what did somebody put on here? Actually, let me roll for it. we'll roll for it. There were 4 submissions because Ethan was not here, so we'll do 4. Let's see which one. And that didn't roll, but I saw what it was. 2, that would be... So yeah, you just hear a bunch of amalgamation of like grunts and like just carrying on about not being able to sleep. I need you to roll a... I think it's Constitution. Let me check.
Who's making the con save?
The Jabberwock. Oh, Wisdom
Save or check or
save. Wisdom save.
wisdom save.
Yeah.
Not the worst.
You just failed. So you are now charmed.
Love that.
No.
So, for those of you who do not know, Thri-Kreen can telepathically communicate, and this one in particular can complain about things and charm people. So let's go to... I don't know if adding the effect charmed does anything.
It doesn't. It's just a reminder.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna put forth effort to put it on there, but you are now charmed.
Who charmed me?
The experiment.
Oh.
It was like all you heard was complaints about lack of sleep and not being able to sleep.
All right.
So you are now charmed.
Cool.
Okay, and that is the end of the turn order. Next round. I think charmed works before you take your turn, right?
It says what I've
Charm.
looked up. It says a charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects, and that the charmer has advantage on an ability check to interact socially. So that would be to interact with me.
Right. I think
Unless it's a dominate effect, in which case it can tell them what to do. But
right. Okay. So yeah, you're just kind of annoyed by lack of sleep.
Can I try and not be charmed? Is that a thing I could do?
Yes. You can re-roll, and that will be your turn.
That's another wisdom save.
Yes.
I think she's uncharmed.
Yep.
I mean, all bets are off with this monster. I don't know. It has at least a +6 to Dex save. Does it have if it has an 18 DC, I wouldn't be surprised.
Does that take my action or my whole turn?
I think that's your action.
Cool.
You have a bonus.
I have quickened.
Ooh.
What does that do?
It means I can cast spells as a bonus action.
Expending sorcery points equal to the level, but yes.
Yep. Yeah, so are you expending sorcery points?
Let me see what I have real quick. But probably yes.
Oh, that was supposed to be 10 foot, not 5 feet.
I was wrong. It's only 2 sorcery points. It's not sorcery points equal to the level.
Oh, nice.
So regardless, it's only 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
Are you able to expand a circle that already exists?
Yeah, drag the number.
Because that was supposed to be 10.
What is that? The sledge stick?
Yeah, that was whenever he like sprayed or like shot Ralph.
Sludge Bomb. That's a Pokemon.
I want to spend some sorcery points and cast
Because Ralph was here.
Spit Lightning.
spit
Grease
like
lightning.
Which one?
Spit lightning. It's I think it's scorching ray, but lightning.
Ah.
So let me target.
So these
And
3 attacks.
Yeah.
yes, it'll be 3
you-
attacks.
It's going to be at disadvantage because it's ranged, right?
That's fair.
Yeah. Unless she chooses to move away and
But
provoke an
then-
opportunity attack.
Yep.
So make them all disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh wait.
Why did it roll
Oh.
damage with it?
that's why I was wondering about your first one.
That's
Wait,
weird.
what?
Huh.
It should not auto roll damage.
Wait, did it?
Oh, I think
No, it didn't.
No.
I remember.
Okay,
now.
wait.
So because you're in your
There's just a lot of dice all at once.
Yeah,
that
So-
the
confused me.
D4.
So yeah, so because you're in your giant form, it was supposed to be on damage, but we put it on roll for attack. So you don't get a bonus to your attack damage, but you get a bonus for your attack in general.
Okay.
Hey, one
I hit once.
Hey, so 1 hit for how much?
Okay, that was 2 sorcery points, and then 4.
Or lightning
Ooh.
damage.
I just go "Pfft." Spit on you.
So just because people are aware of time, it is past 12. There really is not much other after this fight other than just wrapping it up. If we wanted to continue,
Are y'all down to continue and try to finish this fight quick?
Of course.
I'm good.
okay. I was just making sure everyone knew it was past midnight for anybody who had things. But okay. So that's your action, bonus action. Are you gonna move?
Nah.
Okay. Next would be the giant toad.
I'm gonna make a
Maui.
chomp attack.
Okay.
Yeah! Take piercing and poison damage, boy! As I reach down and bite onto him, bringing him up into my mouth, he is grappled and restrained with an escape DC of 13 that I believe he has to take his action to try and escape the grapple if he would like to, or he can just be grappled by me.
Okay. So
He is in my
Uh,
mouth.
as a legendary action, actually, are you? Well, that was your one action, right?
Yeah, I don't have anything to do with my bonus action, so that's my action. That's me.
Okay. So in between turns, what you see is this experiment appears to be grappled. However, you notice that your grip is starting to, like you're starting to squeeze your tongue, and your tongue's starting to get closer and closer, meaning like the experiment is starting to get slimmer and slimmer, and it seems to like melt into the floor, and it reappears from the sludge, ink, whatever that it had or from earlier.
He escaped. I guess you can remove the grappled and restraint that I threw on him, assuming they actually went on him like they were supposed to.
Yeah. Yep. So let's remove those.
And then that should be his turn next.
Yep. I don't know why it does that. Go away. I don't want you. Okay, so now it is the experiment's turn. Okay. Okay, so the experiment's going to do the exact same thing, except now it's going to use the same attacks, but different combinations. So it is first going to use its Garland rifle again, which it does affect a cone, and the cone is, let me make it. Cone is shift, right?
Cone is alt.
It's alt.
Oh dang, that was some spicy static on my end. But yeah, it's alt.
So 20, 25, 30. So I think that hits everybody except Kane. Correct?
Depends on which direction you're going for.
I think so.
Typically, the rule most people follow is if it covers more than half their token, then it counts. So I would say you could either hit Dragon, Ralph, and Toad, or Ralph, Dragon, and Mo, probably. But that's up to you ultimately. If you think it can hit both, your word.
We'll do Ralph, Mo, and Dragon because I can like technically angle it a little further down. Yeah. So we'll do that. Okay, so first going to, and you said to attack multiple, I can hit control.
Yep, control and they click on their token. To target multiple people at once.
Targets. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and then I can do attack. Okay, not sure why it just targeted one. I don't know why I did that.
It looks like it's, at least on our side, it's only showing that it attacked the Jabberwocky. If you dragged the dice, you do need to just click on it, like double click on it, or drag it into the chat if you're doing multiple.
Can I do shield?
Shield
Yeah.
as a reaction.
Yeah.
What does it say?
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
Okay. So yeah, so in that case, this one would miss you then. But for some reason, I did it again, and it didn't do more than just one. So let's see if it worked that time. No, it did not. So Ralph does get hit. Let's check for Mo. Mo is actually a nat 20. So I need DC saving throws from Ralph and Mo.
So what are we rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Well,
What is this again? This attack?
Dex save.
Yeah.
I know what it is. The dex. I was wondering if I could see it. Is all I'm saying.
Oh.
Because I might have advantage. If I
You
can
can see the effect, yeah, so you would have advantage.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Just enough. So luckily, it rolled very low, the lowest it can roll. So Ralph only takes 2, Mo takes 4, and Mo is grappled.
Mo, no.
And
You
then
can't. There must be another way.
Same thought.
and then it's going to shoot the dark rifle, and it's going to do a circular 10-foot radius, and it's going to throw it up here at the toad, and
Yes, attack me.
Why did that not work?
Toad and Cane.
Yeah, like, okay, come on. There we go. We'll just do that. Right here.
Yes, kill me.
Toad and Cane. It's Cane as well. So I need DC saving throws for dexterity. No. Yes. Yes.
Actually, I rolled a check, so we should take the save. Or the first one rolled, whichever you want to do, since they're the same number. But I guess I rolled both, so it's on me.
Do I roll one?
Nope. So the toad is blinded. Kane saves. So Kane only takes 4 damage, and Maui takes the full 8. And
Toad takes full 8.
yeah, the toad takes full 8. So that is it for the experiment's turn.
Worth noting, it cannot change the toad's HP, so I
Gotcha.
needed to do that on the toad on the combat tracker.
Gotcha. Okay, so Maui's no, not Maui.
Should be Kane.
Kane is up next.
Avenge me, brother.
Wait, is the toad dead?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
I just said that to be dramatic.
Oh, okay.
Avenge Mo.
Avenge Mo, for real. Mo's not dead either, but still. What you want to do, Kane? Tell us what you do. What you really, really do. Da-da-da-da-da. Chris? Chris?
Yeah, of course, I was mute. Okay, I was mute. That's fine. All right. So Jack, last turn, my first turn playing this character, and I had forgotten about extra attack. Can we say that I am swift enough to strike 3 times instead of twice this round?
Roll 100. I will say no.
All right.
That's a pretty lousy 100 there.
I mean, it rolled off of
which way.
93.
Yeah.
It rolled off a 93, and who knows? Maybe 13 is one of his favorite numbers, so whatever.
Still, make some attacks. Kill it. You're currently the highest damaging member of the party, so go for it.
That was the acid, so a total of 11, 3 of which is acid. And then attack number 2.
Is this Zephyr'd or just regular?
No, this is still the regular because the extra attack. Oh wait, I missed, so don't worry about that damage. Sorry. Heal back 8. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Now here comes the super jump of awesome. There we go. Much better.
That's good. That's damage. One more of those. Probably will have one more turn. So
Okay, so as you do the same similar like cornering action, afterwards you notice that the experiment is moving very sluggishly and is not as confident and spry as it was initially.
Um,
Is that it?
yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted to. I don't know. It seems like everybody's at least a little bit wounded, taking some damage, but nobody's just down just yet. So
Yeah.
we're all pretty okay,
All right.
I think.
Okay.
Ralph.
All right, I'm good.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go up and take out my great axe and swing it at him. See if I can actually hit him this time. I definitely hit him. I didn't hit him for much, but I hit him. And then this guy, is this guy close enough to actually, oops. Yeah, he is close enough to get there. I can't move him. Can you move him near the experiment?
Yeah.
And then he's gonna attack the experiment as well. That hits. And damage 8.
Nice. So, how do people see your fist finish the experiment?
Huh?
How do people see your fist in the combat?
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
What
Your
do you
your
mean?
your red glowing spectral fist. How does it look when they hit the experiment for the final time before he goes down?
It's like an uppercut. Just,
So just out of nowhere, they come between your legs, like uppercut him right in front of you.
yeah.
So yeah, he after the uppercut and the like, I guess sauntering through the air, kind of gets airborne, gets pushed back a little bit against the wall, kind of like tapers down the brick and stone, knocking over the light fixture on the way down, and just kind of loses reality for a second, and then starts to come to. And at this point, it's just kind of making a little like mumbling sounds.
I unfrog.
Mo starts cleaning.
Good there, little buddy?
He just mumbles about making a mess.
Now I will pat Mo on the head
No.
before walking over to the experiment.
So as Maui approaches the figure, the figure starts to change shape and color. So what used to be a black, voidless figure the darkness starts to fade, and you start to see reddish tint come through until all you see is red, and then the black last little speck just glimmers away. And you, but yeah, you see this, what used to appear as like this soulless like void, start to be a recognizable character that you may have heard or read or experienced at some point amongst all of your travels. But yeah, this figure is still coming to.
I'm gonna pick him up. So, what was it? Terry? You taking this thing back? Now that whatever stuff is gone?
Oh, yeah, just bring him back to the lab. Unfortunately, I can't teleport from out of here, but
You may not be able to. I will grab my hook and turn it into a giant ladder for us to climb through the hole in the ceiling.
oh, swell.
Someone's gonna have to carry Mo. He doesn't have arms.
I got you, boy.
So you create this gigantic 20+ foot ladder that keeps extending infinitely until you reach back up to the very top of the to where you once fell from. Apparently the ground will push outward towards the sky. So even though it's shut, the ladder manages to like burst it open.
Nice.
And then as soon as you as soon as all of you climb out and approach back onto the ground, this you see Terry just kind of do some figuring, and then this white portal appears and you all get sucked back in. I'll get back to the lab, and for time's sake, we're just for time's sake, we're just going to say you get sucked back through this white bright light, and you appear where you were prior to being disturbed. So, Ralph, you appear back onto your pile of bricks. Maui, you appear back in front of the mirror, holding the same strand of hair that you were holding prior.
You're welcome.
Mo, about to plug itself back in. The Jabberwocky, actually just goes back to where it was a statue, and it sees its crumbled remains, unfazed. Kane goes back to the inn, and that's everybody, correct?
Mhm.
And then, as far as story goes, everything immediately turns black, and you hear the closing of a book, and you hear faint snoring, and then lights come back, or camera starts to refocus, and you see the same daddy-daughter. Daughter's asleep, and the father figure closes the book. Oh, we never remember that story. I guess it's because we never actually finish it. Maybe next year. So he gets up, goes to put the book back on the shelf. Camera stays focused on the book as he goes to turn out the lights, walks down the hallway. The book actually changes color and shape, and then lights fade. That's it.
Woo!
Yay!
That was great.
That
Ah,
was good.
that was a lot of fun. Thank you for DMing, Jack.
Yeah.
Really
You
appreciate it. Oh. And since we're all tired, I don't want to keep us up. So I'm not going to keep the recording going. Thanks for anyone who watched this. I don't even know if this is going to end up on YouTube or not, but if it does, hi. That's all I've got. Good night.
That's all, folks.